Friends, welcome to Adda 24/7. We are in the first master class for ABM and today we'll be covering the top 25 questions for module A in ABM. So let's start without wasting the time. Firstly, everyone download Adda 24/7 app on your mobile. In this app you'll be getting the premium study material plus live classes, ebooks, test, everything. Whatever we need for clearing your JIB and CIB, you'll get it over here. So download it fast. Let's start. See this. The first question is, it's a numerical. So the data of some workers' salary are given as 2300, 2400 and all these numbers are given. If the desired number of class intervals is 10, then the class width is, how to find this? See this. For this you need to first know the range. What is the range? And then you need to know the width. What is the range and what is the width? Range means what? Range means highest minus lowest. Highest minus lowest. So what is the highest number over here? If you check out all these numbers, what will you see? The highest number over here is, anyone in the comment section? Highest number is, correct, 3000. Minus lowest number. What is lowest? 2000. So my range becomes what? 1000. So my range is 1000. So what is my width now? Width equals to range upon number of intervals. Here, if the desired number of class intervals is 10, so this number is 10. So range upon 10. So it becomes 1000 upon 10. That is 100. Okay. So my answer is A. Simple. Move on. The class intervals where the upper and the lower limit are also in the class interval are called as what? Exclusive, inclusive, discrete and continuous. What is the answer for this? Where upper and lower limit, both should be included. Okay, both are included. So that is called as what? Exclusive or inclusive. Okay, I'll give you a hint. Discrete is out, continuous is out. So it's only now exclusive or inclusive. So the answer is, everyone, it is. Okay, let me explain you a few things over here. Exclusive and inclusive means what? Suppose if I write this, let me show you. Suppose if I write it like this, 0.5, let's say, I'll start with 4.5. 4.5 to 9.5, then 9.5 to 14.5, then I write 14.5 to 19.5 and so on. Okay, we can go on like this. Similarly, other way what am I writing is 5 to 9, both included, 5 and 9, then 10 to 14, both included. So then what is this next? 15 to 19. Now if you check this, both included. See this, 5 is also included and 9 is also included. Here they are not included. So what do you mean by this? When I include these, this is known as inclusive type. Now one important point about inclusive type is this 9 end point and the starting point are different. Whereas in exclusive type, the end point and the starting point are same. That is the difference. So the answer to our question is the class interval where upper and lower limits are also in the class interval is called as inclusive. Okay, it's inclusive type. And one thing always remember in any numerical, whenever you solve any numerical, always remember, you have to convert the inclusive type. Remember this, inclusive type, you have to convert it to exclusive. Convert, you have to change it. Okay, exclusive, you have to change this to exclusive type whenever you solve any numerical. Okay, the type of cumulative frequencies where the frequencies are added starting from the highest class to the lowest class is known as relative frequency, percentage frequency, less than cumulative frequency, and greater than cumulative frequency. Now what do you think about this? It is highest to lowest. Okay, highest to lowest. It means starting from the biggest class to the lowest class. Means suppose if I want the classes, I can arrange it this way also. See this, as I gave you. Let's do inclusive type. 5 to 9, then 10 to 14, then 15 to 19. Okay. Now this is the one way of arranging it. I can arrange it this way also. 10 to 14, then not 10 to 14, sorry, 15 to 19, then 10 to 14, and then 5 to 9. So when I arrange it from top to bottom, it is called as what? This, okay, A and B are out. Okay, relative and percentage are out. Now only answer can be less than cumulative or greater than cumulative. So what can be the answer in this? It is but obvious, it is greater than. Whenever you see highest to lowest, it is known as greater than. So here the answer will be greater than. Greater than. Okay. And this is called as less than. Less than. Remember, these two are very important from the exam point of view. In exam, they might ask you what is greater than cumulative frequencies. Here, the question can be reverse also. Here what is given, the details are given and the name is asked. In exam, they can ask you reverse. They can give you the name and ask you the details. So if in the question, the exam, the question is asked, what do you mean by greater than cumulative frequency? Then the answer will be the type of cumulative frequency where the frequencies are added starting from the highest to the lowest. Okay, that is known as greater than. The following tables gives the distribution of 100 families according to the expenditure. If the mode of the distribution is 24, then the missing frequency X is somewhat difficult one. Okay, everyone pay attention. See this. There are 4 options given over here, and we have to find out the value of X. This X. What is given? Mode is given. See this. Total number of families is 100. Then mode is given as 24. Okay. Now what I have to find? I have to find the value of X. Always remember, first you have to find out the modal class. Where does this mode lie? So what is the mode? 24. Where is 24 in this? 24. Okay. 24 will be where? It will be over here. Right. So my modal class becomes this. So I'll write it over. My modal class. Modal class. Remember this word. Modal class equals to 20 to 30. Okay. So my width of the class equals to, this width is what then? 30 minus 20, right? 30 minus 20. So that is equal to 10. So this is my width. Okay. Now, this is my modal class. Now formula for mode, it is very difficult one. It is really difficult. So what is the formula for mode? Okay. For that, what do you need? You need this before class and after class. Both of them you need. So you will be needing this like this. See this. I'll call this as F0. This is F1. And let's call this F2 or yeah. Okay. No, let me call this F0. Let's go serially. F0, F1 and F2. Okay. And this I'll call it as L1, L2. Okay. Or we'll just, this is for, in the above part only one is needed. L1 is this and L2 is this. Don't consider it this part. Only in frequencies we need both. Okay. So what is the formula for this? So the formula for this is, it's like this. Mode equals to L1 plus, now look at this. Now the formula becomes difficult. Okay. Width. Okay, into gap 1 means width into this. What is the gap 1? F1 minus F0, this one. Okay, so I'll write it like this: F1 minus F0. Okay, the whole upon here it's how we take it. In some books they take this as f0, this as f0, they take this as f1, they take this as f2, whatever you take, but only remember from here second to first minus, second to first, and then third to second. That is how we have to subtract. So this is first f1 minus f0, then second one what? 2 into, look at this, 2 into this part. What is this? First you have to do f1 minus f0 minus, I'll write it this way. So we can derive this also. See this, f1 minus f0 minus, now look at this, f2 minus f1, f1 minus f0 minus f2 minus f1, okay, f2 minus f1, okay. So now if you solve this, what will you get? Width into same, you keep the same, f1 minus f0 the whole upon, now if you solve this, what happens? This minus becomes minus, this becomes plus. So f1 plus f1, 2f1, 2f1 minus f0 minus f2. You will see the same formula in your book, same formula. But the problem is this formula, as I told you, very difficult to remember. That's why you remember this. Okay. The easiest way is width into, I'll call this gap 1. Okay. The whole upon, again gap 1 minus gap 2. It's so simple to remember now, isn't it? Width into gap 1 upon gap 1 minus gap 2. Okay, this is very easy to remember. Otherwise, this is very difficult. And in the books, they have not given this as width. They have given this as L2 minus L1, all that top part. Okay, so that becomes more difficult. So let's solve this now. So what is mode given? Look at this. Mode is given as, what is this? 24. Okay, so mode is given as 24. So 24 equals to, what is the width? Width just now we found out 10. 30 minus 20, 10, right? So it becomes 10 into, what is that? f1 minus f0. f1 is what? f1 is 27. 27 minus x. So 27 minus x, the whole upon. You can use this one also. 2 into 27, right? f1 is 27 only now. f1 is 27, yeah. 2 into 27 minus f0. f0 is x minus, what is the other one? 21. See this, f2 is 21. Okay. So minus 21. So now solve this. Take everything on the other side. So it becomes what? Therefore, now this becomes a solution. Let me see if you can see it, or it's hiding behind my back. Okay. Let me change this. Hold on. This 24, I'll make it over here, equals to 24. Okay, because it's hiding behind my head, it seems. Okay, let me remove this. Hold on. So let me remove all these things. So now it's clear for you. Okay, now let's solve this. How to solve this? I'll mark this over here. Okay, so 270, so this 270 minus 10x, right? This is 270 minus 10x equals to 24 into, this is 27 into 2, right? It means what? 27 2s are 54, right? 54, yeah. So 270 minus 10x, I'll write this below only right now. 54 minus x minus 21 equals to 24. Okay, now you solve all these. You go on solving this. 54 minus 21 is what? You get, I think so, 33, 20, 31, 41, 51. Yeah, 33, right? So you get it as 33. So go on solving this. Once you go on solving this, you'll get the answer of x as what? Just check this. Who can give me the answer? Answer. See here, 270 minus 10x. Let me see how many of you are getting the answer before me. So 24 into 33 minus x. 33 minus x. Okay. So what do you mean by this? Again, solve this. 24 into 33 is what? 24 into 33. So it is what? I think so it should be 24 into, but why do we solve this? You can just keep it. Oh, there's one thing remaining. That's what I was thinking. What? How come this 24? 24 equals to L1 plus. See this L1 plus this. Where did we write this L1 over here? This L1 is very important, right? So this L1 plus L1 is what? 20. 20 plus. That should be the point. That's what I was thinking. And nobody reminded me also in the comment section. Yeah, two of you reminded. Yeah, 20. This 20 should come over here. Minus 20. That's what I was thinking. How can this be? So that is 4 now. So this becomes 4 now. Correct? So 4 into 33. Hold on. Let me clear this. Yeah, this becomes 4 now. That's what I was thinking. How can this happen? So 4 into 33 minus x. So solve this now. 33 into 4 is what? 120 and 132. 132 minus x. So 270 minus 10x equals to 132 minus x. Solve this. Okay. It becomes what? 6x equals to 138. So 6x, it is 4x over here. 4x. So 6x equals to 138. So solve this. X equals to, it becomes, I think so, 23, 2, 3. Yeah. So that is my answer. Look at this. 23 is my x. So that's what I am saying. See, this numerical is very tough, to be frank. Why? Because this formula is tough. But if you remember the way I have told you, width into gap 1 upon gap 1 minus gap 2. So that becomes very easy. Otherwise what happens? If you try to remember this, because you are having 2-3 formulae. One is of mode, then you have it for the median, then you have it for the quartile. So there are 3 to 4 formulae which you have to remember. It's not that easy. Okay. So got it? Move on. The following are the marks of 9 students in a class. Find the median. So median is, now this is very simple. This is called as, look at this. This is called as ungrouped data. Ungrouped. Okay. Ungrouped data. Okay. So how to classify this ungrouped data? See, we have to find this median. So median means what? Very simple. Arrange them in the serial order. In ascending or descending. So let's arrange them ascending now. Ascending. Ascending means lowest to highest. Okay. So which is my lowest number? 21. So I'll write this 21. See here, total there are 9 numbers. Okay. So as the number is odd, so median will be the 5th number. Always, what is the formula for median? N plus 1 upon 2 number. Okay. So 9 plus 1, 10 upon 2, 5th number. So which is the 5th number if we arrange them in the serial order? 21. Then it becomes what? 24. 24. Then it becomes, after 24 we come to 27. 27. After 27 we come to 30. Correct? Yeah, 30. After 30 we come to 32. Right? 32. So 32 is my answer. No need of going ahead. Okay. So 32 is my answer directly. Simple. Chalo. Next one. An average daily wage of 90 workers in a factory is 60. An average daily wage of a female worker is 45. The daily wages of male workers we have to find. Means find the daily wages. Find the daily wages of the male workers if 1/3 workers are male. Now what do you mean by this? See this. How many workers are there? 90. So 90 workers. Out of them 1/3 are male. 1/3. So male are how many? 1/3. So it is 30. Then how many female? Female are 60. Okay. 60. Now 30 and 60. Now what is given? The wage of female worker is 45. So wages. Now wage, if I write wage over here, for female workers it's 45. But what about the male worker? Do I know? Find the daily wages of the male worker. So this is a question mark. I'll write this as X. But total average I know. Average of all of them is 90. So now what you have to use is, you have to use the combined mean formula. Now what is that combined mean formula? Okay. Combined mean formula is always, see this, combined mean, or I'll write CM over here. Combined mean equals to N1, this is known as N1, this is N1 into X1 plus N2 into X2, the whole upon N1 plus N2. Okay. Now combined mean do I have? Yes, I do have. It is 90. So 90 equals to N1 into X1. Okay. N1 is what? 30 into X. So 30X plus 60 into 45. 60 into 45. The whole upon N1 plus N2. That is 90. Okay. So this is 90. Oh, workers are 90. And what is the average worker? Yeah, 60. That's what. Yeah, 60. This is 60. Total number is 60 and average wage is 60. Total number of workers is 90. So this will be 60 over here. 60. So now solve it. 30x plus 60 into 45 and 90 will in the denominator. Just cross multiply it. You'll get it 9 6 are 54. Right? 54. And 00 equals to 30x plus what is this? 60 into 45. Do it on the calci, everyone. Try it on the calci. 60 into 45. 60 into 45. So it becomes what? 2700. So it becomes 2700. So now solve this. 30x equals to, take 2700 on the other side. So 30x equals to 2700. If you subtract this, you will get the same answer. So x equals to 90. This is my answer. Look at this, 90. Okay. This formula is used in the combined mean concept. If you have 2 sets given, use 2. If you have 3 sets given, then use N1 x1, N2 x2, N3 x3 upon N1 plus N2 plus N3 and go on. Okay. From the following data, find coefficient of correlation R and tell the importance of the same. Now this is a case study. Okay, in exam this might come for 5 marks. 5 marks over here. Okay, and remember 5 marks, and importantly remember today we are covering almost how many? 3 plus 4, 7 questions on this, because there are so many questions involved in the same case study. One case study, that's why see here the importance of case study is very important. Once you are through with the case study, almost your passing is sure. In our paid classes also we take as many case studies as possible, because we know roughly, I'll tell you, 40 marks out of 100, 40 to 50 marks case studies come. So 5 marks each. So roughly 8 to 10 case studies are there. This time they had asked you something 7 case studies in May 23 paper. Okay, so that's why case studies are the important part. Now what is the case study over here? From the following data, find the coefficient of correlation R and tell the importance of the same. Importance also we have to tell. Okay, so what are the questions? Look at this. Find the variance of X. In exam you will get this case study and you will get 5 questions out of this. Any 5 you can get. Find the variance of X, find the standard deviation of X, find the variance of Y, find the standard deviation of Y, find the covariance of XY, find the coefficient of correlation R, and write the significance of R. Significance means importance. Okay, so what are the numbers given? Look at this, X and Y. Always remember, one is independent, other is dependent. Always, always and always. Always remember, X is independent. X is independent. Okay, X is independent and this Y is always dependent. Okay, so this is independent, this is dependent. Always remember this whenever we solve any correlation problem or even the further problems also, mainly correlation. X is always independent and Y is always dependent in statistics. So how to solve this? Let's solve. Before solving, you have to draw this table. What is this table? Look at this table, what have I drawn? Firstly, you'll have to take, let me bring the cursor in now, because here I don't have to write anything. See this cursor. See this, X. First, I'll have to write all the X values. Then what am I doing? I'm writing all the Y values. Okay, all the Y values. Now what are the Y values? Look at this. These are the Y values. 45, 40.4, 38.5, 34.5, blah 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 blah. Okay, so these are the values I have written. Then next what you do, now look at the below part also. We have to do the total first. Okay, x total, y total, all these totals. Then we have to find the average, mean. So whatever you get as a total divided by number of elements, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. 7 numbers divided by 7. So n equals to what is the n over here? 3 and 3, 6 and 1, 7. Okay. So n equals to 7 over here. So what will I do? Total upon n. So first, as I have written this x and y, I know the total. Do the total, everyone. Are you getting this totals here? I may be wrong because I have done it personally on a calculator. It may happen that I may go wrong in this. You also check it yourself. Double check it. Write in the comment section. If you are getting the same total 333 and 269, everyone try it yourself. Everyone fast. Are you getting the same total? So it is 333, correct. Yes, 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 I am seeing the yes. Okay, yes, I am getting the answers. Yes, okay, 333. So do the average now divided by 7. So you'll get it as 47.57 and over here 38.56, right? After this, what you do, you find x square. X square means square all these numbers. Now it's difficult, but you have to do it. Find the x square. So 56 square is 3136. 50 square 2500. 48 square 2304 and all of them. Okay. Do it on the calci. Never ever try to apply your own brains in calculations because we have lot more things to do. Then y square. Y square means what? 45 square. 45 square 2025. Then 40.4 square 1632.16 and all of them. Then what do you do? Once you have x square and y square, do the total. Find the total of each one. Once you find the total of each one, you will get this as 16189. Similarly for y square, 10594. This is for y square. Then what? Divided by n means 7 again. So 16189 divided by 7, 2312. Similarly y square, 10594 divided by 7, 1513. And last part is xy. Xy means just multiply this x with y, 56 into 45. So you get this as 2520, 2020, 50 into 40.4 and all these you go on. You solve all these and you will get this xy as 13094. Okay, 13094. Everyone try this total, try this multiplication, everyone. Type in the comment section. Sure, everyone should try because in the exams there won't be anyone to help you. It's only you and you. So that's why 13094 divided by 7. So you get it as 1870. 1870. Okay. So this is what you have got as 1870. Now this, once this table is done, almost 60% of your problem is done. 60%. But remember, you will see, sir, what is the use of this table? Where are we? We have not solved any of these up till now. Now once you get the table, this problem becomes very easy. Now how to solve this? Let me show you. See this. What is variance of x? First question is asked what? Variance of x. I'll mark it over here because it comes on my head, right? So I'll mark this over here. Over here. Yeah. So isn't it? Now it's okay. No, I have to take more over here. This, okay? Yeah, now it's okay. So I won't be writing b inside this now. So what happens now? See this. What do you want? Variance of x. Variance of x is what? Vx, I'll write it. Equals to summation. Look at this now. Everything you are getting now. X square upon n minus x bar square. X bar square. Okay. So Vx equals to summation x square upon n minus x bar square. So all these figures I am having it now. So what is the figure? Summation x square upon n. That's why I said table is very important. See this, summation x square upon n. I am already having this 2312. What is this total? Summation x square. This is 16189 upon n. So 2312. I am having this figure. So 2312.71. 2312.71. Okay. Minus x bar square. What is x bar? Again, x bar means what? addition of this x upon n. So 47.57, this is x bar, okay, this is y bar, right, y bar. This is what? Summation x square upon n. This is what? Summation y square upon n. And this is what? Summation xy upon n, right? These are the simple answers, and that's what we want. So once you know this, the problem is almost solved. So now what is x bar? X bar was what? 47.57. See this, okay? So 47.57 square. 47.57 square. Now you solve this. Everyone try it on yourself. 2312 minus 47.57 square. Do it yourself, everyone. What is the answer you are getting? Yeah. You should get this as, what is the answer for 47.57? So 47.57, 7.57 square we want it. So let me write it square. 2262.9, right? So my answer becomes 2312.71 minus, what was that? 2262.9. 2262.9. So my answer becomes what? Variance becomes, if you solve this, you'll get this answer as, I think so, 49.67. Are you getting it? So minus, let me do it again. 2312.71. So 49.79, correct? I am getting this as 49.79. So it's okay. Even if you get it 0.67, then also it's okay. 49 you have now, then it's okay. 0.71 something, okay? So that's okay. So variance of x, you have got it. Once you get variance of x, immediately find standard deviation. Standard deviation of x equals to square root of variance of x. Always remember. So square root of 49.71. So it becomes 49.71 square root. Find the square root of this. So it becomes what? 49.7, then square root. So 7.04. So it is roughly 49.71. So it is roughly 7.04. You might be getting some minor changes over here in the answers. That's okay. Okay. Now find variance of y. Vy. Same. Now I won't write the formula again. Summation y square upon n minus y bar square. What is summation y square upon n? Look at this. Y square upon n. See this. 1513. Right? 1513. This one. 1513. 1513 minus, what is this? Y bar square? 38.56. So 38.56 square. 38.56 square. Now solve this. Everyone solve this. Let me see how many of you are getting the answers over here. Everyone solve this. Complete answer. I want the final answer now of variance of y. Final answer. Final answer. Okay. So variance of y is what? How many of you have got this? Yeah. Fast. Right. Roughly you should get 26.8 something. 799 something you get. So variance of y is roughly 26.8. Something here and there it's okay. Okay. So Vy is this much. Now if Vy is this much, then what is standard deviation? Standard deviation of y equals to square root of 26.8. Right? So what is the answer for this? 26.8 square root. It is, do everyone do it please, 5.17. So this is a standard deviation, you have got it. So now look at this. How many answers you have got? You have got variance of x, standard deviation of x, variance of y, standard deviation of y. So 4 answers are solved already. Right? That's why I said table is important. Once your table is done, your 70% of the problem is done. Now what remains? Next part, I'll mark this like this. Okay, let's solve it over here. Now what remains? Covariance. What is the formula for covariance? Covariance equals to same formula again. Only when we had x, we used x square. When we have y, we use y square. Now we have xy, so we'll be using same thing. Summation xy upon n minus, what was it over here? X square, x bar square. So now what will I'm having x bar, y bar, xy. So I'm using x bar dot y bar, multiply. Dot means multiply. So now you solve it again. So it becomes what? Let me write it over here. So summation xy upon n. Am I having this? Am I having this summation xy upon n? Yeah, it's over here. 1870. See this, I am having this 1870. So 1870.67 something, right? Minus x bar is what? X bar is 47.57. So 47.57 into y bar is what? 38.56. 38.56. So now you solve it again. Everyone solve this. What is the answer you are getting? Yeah? Final answer now. See here, I have told you the calculations. Now we will only go to the final answer. So final answer is what? 1870 minus this 47.57 into 38.56. So final answer should come out to be total. Okay? After subtraction, it should be 36.45. Correct? Who is getting this? Yeah, two of you guys have got it. So 36.45. Now for variance we have standard deviation. Variance, why we have standard deviation? But for covariance we don't have anything. But for covariance what do we have? We have R. R is what? Coefficient of correlation. Coefficient of correlation. Correlation. Okay. So what is coefficient of correlation formula? It is covariance of xy upon, now look at this, psi x into psi y. Psi x means what? The standard deviation of x and standard deviation of y. Okay. So now use this. Covariance of xy was what? 36.45. 36.45 divided by, what is psi x? 7.04. 7.04 into 5.17. 5.17. So what is the answer you are getting? 36.45 divided by 7.04 into 5.17. Check the answer. Let me do it myself also. 36.45 divided by 7.04 this upon 5.17. 5.17. So roughly you are getting 1. Roughly 0.99 or 1 something. Okay. Somebody might get 0.99, 0.99 and or somebody might get 1 point something. So it's one and the same. So what do you mean by this? What is the last question asked over here? So this. Find R. So covariance is asked, done. Coefficient of correlation is asked, done. Now significance of R. Significance means what is the importance of this? So remember the importance of R is like this. Okay. I'll write it over here. Okay. So one second. I'm having all this here. I've brought all these answers on the table over here. Okay. So what is the significance of R? R means like this. If R equals to minus 1 or R equals to 0 or R equals to plus 1. So if R equals to minus 1, then the relationship is direct inverse, means clearly inverse relationship. Okay. And that is called as perfect inverse. If the R equals to 0, then no relation. No correlation between them. Okay. No correlation if the R equals to 0. If R equals to plus 1, then perfect direct. So direct relationship and that also perfect. Perfect means that's why the answer is 1. If it is in between, let's say it is 0.75, then it is direct, but it is not perfect. Perfect is not there. Similarly, if it is minus 0. Let's say 6, then it is inverse. Okay, but it's not perfect. Perfect only comes when the answer is 1. Okay, got it? So all the cases clear, all the questions clear. 7 to 13, all these questions are solved over here. Okay, so now if you get this case study in exam, will you be able to solve this? Type yes in the comment section if you will be able to solve this. If not, kindly watch this video again. Okay, chalo, let's move on now to the next one. Okay, when the items included in the sample are based on the judgment of the individual conducting the sample. So judgment, it is based on the judgment of the individual conducting the sample, then it is said to be non-random, random, simple random, none of the above. Now understand this. What is random and non-random? See this, random means what? Random. This is equal to the probability sampling. Probability means everyone has fair chance. Fair chance, okay? And non-random means what? Non-random. Here there is a bias. Bias means the chooser or the teacher or the selector uses his own judgment. Okay, are based on the judgment. So non-random is can be biased over here. Okay, so here it is judgmental sampling. Judgment. Okay, so the answer over here is for this is non-random. Okay, it becomes non-random. Got it, everyone? It is non-random. When these two classifications you must always remember. In random you have actually, I'll tell you, probability sampling, you have 4 types of sampling over here. Okay, simple random, then systematic, then stratified, then cluster. And in non-random you have many. Snowball sampling, convenience sampling, then there is a 3 to 4 more. Okay, so there are many judgmental samplings also. Okay, you can see here, all these are taught during the paid classes. Why? Because there's a lot of time over there. Here we have a limited time. Okay, so join the classes ASAP, I would suggest. Next one, a statistic is a characteristic of. So statistic means what? Always remember there are 2 parts. One is parameter, and second is statistic. Okay, so parameter is always for population, and statistic is always for sample. Okay, so now statistic is a characteristic of what? Population, sample, standard deviation, variance. See these 2 have no meaning as such. In exam you will be given 2 options which can be totally different. They are not at all related to each other. Okay, so these 2 can be removed immediately. Only the problem will be between A and B. So population or sample. So the answer is sample. If the question would have come for parameter, then the answer would have been population. Okay, a sampling plan that selects members from a population at uniform intervals in time of order or space is called as what? Now this is what? Look at this. As I told you earlier, probability sampling, probability sampling has 4 types. Which are those 4 types? Is simple random 1, then systematic 2, then cluster 3, and 4th is stratified. All these are the types of probability sampling. Okay, all of them are probability sampling over here. Now what are the differences between them? Simple random means what? I close my eyes blindly and choose anyone. Suppose if I want to choose 5 students from 100, so I close my eyes and choose any 5. So that is simple random. Systematic means what? What will I tell them? See here, what you do? You stand in your roll numbers starting from 1 to this, then stand in the roll number of, let's say 10, 1 to 10, each in the roll number of 10, means you can stand in the roll number. And what will I do? I want to select 10 students. So what will I tell? Every 10th student get up. Every 10th student. So what am I doing? I am using it as a systematic way. So this is the answer. A sampling plan that selects the members from the population at uniform intervals. So this is known as systematic. What is stratified? Stratified is different. There I'll tell that student that stand according to your marks. So I'll tell them stand according to your marks, and within those marks what will I do? Then I'll do them separate them. Means 40 to 50, then 50 to 60, 60 to 70, or 40 to 60, 60 to 80, 80 to 100. And last one will be cluster. I'll tell them to stand according to a region. Region means somebody is from MP, somebody is from Tamil Nadu, somebody is from Punjab. I'll tell them to stand according to that. That is cluster. Got it? Next one. As a general rule, it is not necessary to include a finite population multiplier in computation of standard error for a mean when the sample size is greater than. Very important question, very important. Greater than means when should we use the finite population multiplier and when should we not use. So it is not necessary to use this finite population multiplier. What is this finite population multiplier? See, this is like this: n minus n upon n minus 1. So this is known as a finite population multiplier. We use this when the population is finite, means we can count. Finite means what? It is, we can count it, and we don't use it when the population is infinite. And where do we use this? We use this to find out standard error. Standard error. Okay, so there are two formula for standard error. One is for infinite population, infinite, and second is for finite population, finite. Okay, what is it for infinite population? It is psi standard deviation upon root of n. And what is it for finite population? That psi upon root of n into multiplied by this, into multiplied by n minus n upon n minus 1. Okay, so that's why this finite population is not used, multiplier is not used. See here, if I remove this, I'll get this infinite. So it is not used when the sample size is greater than, the answer is 30. When the sample size is greater than 30, I won't use this finite population multiplier. The probability distribution means of all possible samples is known as, now this is a theory question, distribution of means of all possible samples. So we are doing it for the samples now. So if we are doing it for the samples, what should it be known as? Sampling distribution of the mean, sampling distribution of the population, population distribution of the mean, population distribution of the population. What is it? See here, the answer is there in the question only. Samples, so sampling distribution. Means, so mean. So the answer is A, isn't it? Isn't it simple? So many a times what happens in your exams also, you get the answers involved in the question itself, but we can't find it. Next one. Okay, before going ahead, subscribe to Officers Adda 24/7 YouTube channel. In this channel, you will be getting all the latest updates on JIB and CAIIB, number 1. And number 2, you will be getting the free videos on all the subjects on JIB and CAIIB. Right now, what are you watching? Similar. Okay. The standard error of the mean is the dash of the distribution of sample means. What is this? Standard error of the mean, standard error, okay, of the mean is the dash. So standard deviation, variance, mean or mode of the distribution of the sample means, okay, of the distribution. So what is the answer over here? Standard error we want, standard error, okay. You check this, let's see, okay, I'll answer this, let me see how many of you can answer this right now, okay, I'll answer this later, not an issue. We'll keep this for, because this is an important question. So of the mean is the dash of distribution of sample means, standard deviation, variance, mean or mode. I'll come to this later, okay. Chalo, next one, let me see, okay, let me wait here only. So standard error of the mean, we are talking of standard error, okay, is the dash of distribution of the sample mean. Distribution, what do you mean by distribution? Distribution means, see this, how it is distributed. So if it is sample means are distributed, then always remember it is standard deviation of the means. Now understand one problem, one point. If the population is distributed, we call it standard deviation. Okay, and when the sampling distributions are done, samplings, okay, sampling distribution is done, we call it standard error. Okay, so that's why remember this part, standard error of the mean is the dash, standard deviation. I was going to answer it later, but let's see why to come back. Okay, we don't have time that much. Is the standard deviation of the distribution of the sample means. With increasing sample size, the sampling distribution of the mean approaches dash regardless of the distribution of the population. Now this is similar to that of the central limit theorem. You have one central limit theorem in statistics. Okay, this comes roughly to the same. It says that as I go on increasing the sample size, so the sampling distribution of mine will approach what? Skewness, dispersion, normality and all of the above. So see this, as I go on increasing the sample size, it approaches this bell curve, and this bell curve is also called as what? Another name for this bell curve is normal curve, normal distribution curve, normal distribution curve. Okay, so this is normal distribution curve, so the answer is normality. Okay, next one, the standard error of a mean decreases with the increasing in sample size. Yes, means what? Standard error of a mean. So mean error, what happens? What is the standard error? See this, as I showed you this one, this graph over here. Okay, this is known as population mean, mu. This is population mean, and whenever this I get it from the secondary data. Always remember, this I get it from secondary data, and when I do my own survey, I get this answer over here. This is the actual answer which I am getting. This is known as X bar, and this is known as my population mean is this, then this is my sample mean, okay, or sampling distribution mean you can call it. Okay, sample distribution mean. So this difference arises because this is what I have done it actually. This is what I had got it from the books. So this difference is known as standard error. So as I go on increasing the sample size, this X will move towards over here. If I go increase samples X will be over here. So my standard error is decreasing. So it becomes true, isn't it? Next one. Large samples are always a good idea because they decrease the standard error. So do I take large samples? See here in this formula, this table itself, if I am taking 10 samples, then I am getting the answer over here. But if I am taking 50 samples, I am getting the answer over here. If I am getting 100 samples, I am getting the answer over here. So what am I doing? As I go on increasing the samples, it's always near to my population mean, right? So should I take large samples? It is a good idea, but there is a problem over here. The problem over here is large samples are not a good idea because cost. What is the cost involved in it? If the cost involved is too high, we should not take large samples. So large samples is not a good idea. Then what is the use of survey? We shouldn't do the survey, right? So the answer is false over here. Large samples should not be taken because the cost is high. Always remember. If the cost is used, then what's the use of doing the survey? If I have, let's say, 1000 people to survey and I am taking sample of 100, then it's okay. But if I have 1000 people to survey, I am taking the sample of 1000, then what's the use? What will be the cost for these 1000 persons? Okay, so that's why it is false. If the mean of certain population were 15, most of the samples would take the population, from that population would likely to have a mean of 15. Is it so? Means what? Population mean is 15. Suppose let's say I am having 5 numbers. Okay, 5 numbers means any 5 numbers. So what does it mean? Some surveys I have done, 5 surveys I have done. So mean of a population is 15. So what does it mean? 5 surveys which I am having, let's say 3 only, 3 surveys I am having, and the overall mean which I am getting is 15. So does it mean this will be near to 15.1, this will be near to 14.7, this will be near to something 15.2, something like this? Will it be like this? No, nothing can happen like this. This can be 10, this can be 15, this can be 20. So even if I do the average now, then also I am getting the answer as 15 only. So it's not at all compulsory that all the samples should have this mean near to this whatever population mean I am getting. So the answer is false. Okay. And last one, the sampling fraction compares. What is the sampling fraction? Sampling fraction means, I'll give you simple, n upon n, capital N. What is n upon n? N is sample size. Sample size. And what is this n? This n is population size. Just now we use this now in that finite population multiplier, population size. Okay. So sample size upon population size. So what does it compare? Look at this. The size of the sample to the size of the population, the size of the sample to the standard deviation, the size of the standard deviation to the size of the population, and size of the variance to the size of the population. So it is A. Okay. Now before going, let me discuss these batches. See this. Sankalpa batch 3 starting on July 17. Join fast. Similarly, CAIIB Mahapack 2 join immediately. In Sankalpa batch, I'll tell you, we are giving all the 4 compulsory subjects. Numerical, objective questions, case studies, everything you are getting. In Mahapack, you are getting this live classes, video courses, ebooks, tests, mini and mega marathons, practice papers, doubt sessions, everything you are getting. And very important, see here right now we are having this 80% off going on. Prep 80, use this code. How to use this code? Let me show you. Go to Adda 24/7. Okay. Now go to Adda 24/7. In fact, I would suggest you to go through the app. If you are having the app, I would always suggest you to go through the app. Okay. Because in the app you are getting using the coins. By using the coins you can get 1% extra. Okay. So go through the app and then, okay, let me show you. Go to Adda 24/7. Look at this. This is Adda 24/7. Click on JIB and CIB. Let me take this above. Yeah. Click on JIB and CIB. Now look at this. Once you click on this, you will see this CIB November 23. Clicked. Now look at this batches. Sankalpa batch 3. Click on this batch. You will see the details. See this. All the details of the batch are given. Recorded videos, limited size, interactive classes. Importantly, remember recorded videos. So what happens in recorded videos? If you miss out on any class, you can get back to that recorded video after the class also. Click on buy now. Prep 80 code is already applied. So 80% off is already done. Use it. 23,999 reduces to 4,799. Use discount, isn't it? Go for it. Even Mahapack, look at this Mahapack. Mahapack 2 version we are having now. So if you look at Mahapack, go to Adda 24/7 again. Click on JIB CIB Mahapack. Okay. Clicked. Look at this Mahapack now. CIB Mahapack. Click on the CIB Mahapack. Yeah, clicked. Now look at this. Click on buy now. All these things, you go through the product details first. All the product details are given. More than 500 plus classes, class study batches, detailed subject-wise expertise, recorded videos for 24/7. All these things, you can go through it. Buy now. Then look at this. 36,837 reduces to 7,367 plus double validity of 6 plus 6 months. So double validity. It's an investment for lifetime. Join ASAP. Okay. Join the classes because exams are near.